tent. Yes, this is the Durston X-Mid 1. Got it because, for a lot of reasons, that it's just way too hot and humid to go into now. I'm going to try to figure out how to get it set up. And the yard is a wee bit massively overgrown, so this could be quite interesting. Okay, before I could even set up my tent, I had to do some minor gardening. All of those are very pointy, very stickery vines, sticky bushes with thorns. And they were kind of carpeting the ground. So there really wasn't a safe place to set up my tent without it getting ripped. So gardening having been accomplished, thorn-free area achieved. Now we move on to part 2 and see how well this works, or not. Okay, part 1, stake out the rain fly, and it needs to be a perfect rectangle. And all 4 corners needs to be staked down tight. I'm not 100% sure if I got this completely exactly in a rectangle, because it does make a difference in how the tent holds up. But first you stake it down, and you have to make sure the edges are pulled tight, because that's what holds the trekking poles up. And then next we will attempt to put the trekking poles in and see how that works. So far, so good. This side is not quite as tight as it should be. It's still just a little bit loosey-goosey there. The other side, though, is pretty darn good. See, that's what it's supposed to look like. No sagging, none of this. It's just nice and tight. So, not bad for a first pitch. And it all has to do with the way it is laid out and staked down to begin with. It's all geometry and stuff. But y'all, again, I reiterate, there's a reason I was an English major. Now that we have the rain fly set up, you know, not perfectly, but you know, good enough. Not bad, again, for a first try. Now, I gotta go inside and put in the floor and the bug net. And yes, I did get the optional ground sheet. And I'm really glad I did, because even though I did a lot of gardening, there's still thorns around. So yeah. Yeah, from this angle y'all can really see the difference. That side nice and tight. That side kind of saggy. I already restaked it at least once trying to fix it. Made it better, but not perfect. But I gotta leave for church in 20 minutes. So, you know, we're calling it good enough for now. Now, to try this thing. I couldn't help myself. Late or not, I moved that stake a little bit, and now it looks right. I think the peak, the ridge line could be a little bit more tight, but again, we're operating under the good enough for now label. A couple things made me really want to try the Durston. The main thing being these rain sealed zippers. Don't get me wrong, I love my duplex, but it does not have zippers. And even though Z-Packs did come out with a version of the duplex that has zippers on it, I no longer have the job that enables me to purchase an $800 tent. So, hence my change of brand, because this is significantly less expensive, because it's not made of Dyneema carbon fiber. It's made out of polyester. Okay, so the other thing I like about it, these lightweight, very lightweight magnet things. So I can roll up my tent and just a little magnet, and it stays put. Now, as you can see, the other thing that makes me happy, and I didn't think about this until after I got this tent, is that, as you can see, the inside, the guts of the tent are detachable, right? So when it's raining on the trail, as it does a whole freaking lot, I can tear down my tent, pack everything away, and stay dry and take down the rain fly last. And you know, I know how much it rains on the trail because I've been on it enough to know, and that makes me very happy. Okay, so the inside of the tent has these little clippy things, and one clips up here by this trekking pole, and hopefully I can turn this around so y'all can see it right. That trekking pole, there's another one of these that clips to it. And I just had to prune another thorn bush out from under my tent. This is gonna be a really prickly night if I don't watch where I step. Good grief. Okay guys, there it is. It is all together. Oh, and I forgot over here, has these little ceiling vents that you can open up. We have little props here. You can prop that open and get some ventilation going in there. Like I said, it is definitely not perfect, but it is good enough for now. It does come with these extra guy lines you can stake out. On either side, there's room for more guy lines if needed in really bad weather. I think this will do for tonight, I believe. Okay, so here it is all set up. I have one of my vestibule doors open here. There's another one over there. I do have the ground sheet in here, but it's kind of wonky. Didn't quite do it right, I don't think. But look, these zippers are designed that in theory you can unzip them with one hand. I'm not that talented. So here I am in the tent. It is a one-person tent, but it is tall enough to easily sit up. This nylon floor, it's slippery, not like my duplex, which is made out of Dyneema. But yeah, for my little 5'6" self, this is plenty of room. Things like mesh pockets on either side. It has these little loops here, so I can hang a clothesline across here to dry stuff out at night. And unlike most one-person tents, it does have two doors. So I have a little vestibule there and one here. And plenty big enough to put my backpack and all my things in it. So I think this is gonna work out fine. Obviously, I have to get the hang of pitching this thing. It's not quite as intuitive as a single wall duplex. There's more pieces, way more geometry. Again, I was an English major for a reason. But I know once I get the hang of it, it'll be a breeze. And also the cool thing is I can leave the rain fly attached. So I don't really have to worry about attaching it all the time. And I can leave the ground sheet attached and just leave everything attached. So it's going to be just fine. So I'm going to test this out tonight. It is supposed to rain at some point overnight. So we're just going to see how it goes. So stay tuned. Alright, so I got all my stuff set up in it for my backyard camping adventure. I just got to run inside and get my headlamp real quick, because the back porch light doesn't work. Well, it blinks off and on, and that's annoying. So I'm going to get my headlamp. But yeah, I got it set up pretty cozy. All is well. Okay, here's the thing that's cool. There is a pouch up there in the ceiling that you can use for things too. So I got some stuff in the pouch down there. I've got my camp shoes in that one. I'll just keep my little headlamp right there. Hey, good morning folks. It is 7:30. I've been up since about 6:30, trying very hard to go back to sleep, and it didn't work. Anyway, tent did just fine. It never did rain last night, so no rain test for today, but yeah, the tent did great. Now, I did have an awful time sleeping because of all the traffic and the road noise and blah, blah, blah. So I think it was probably 12:30 or 1 before I went to sleep. And I didn't sleep great, but that was more, you know, again, traffic noise, not real wilderness, I think.
But yeah, the tent is just fine. So next weekend, I'm going to take it out on a real hike and a real trip and see how it does in the wild. So far, 10 out of 10. I like it.